my name is Everley Davis. I'm the curator of this exhibition. Welcome to Stranger's Kin, the Lens of Alfred Conteh. This exhibition features the first time that our museum has shown multiple portraits by the Atlanta-based but nationally renowned artist Alfred Conteh. Getting more into the lens of his work and his lens of Peoria, a couple of years ago we invited him to our city to tour the town and photograph subjects that would inspire portraits, and 2 of the 4 paintings in this exhibition feature Peoria subjects. So let's go inside and take a look. We titled this exhibition Stranger's Kin, the Lens of Alfred Conteh, after reflecting on several conversations that I, along with the artist, had while he was in Peoria on both of his visits in 2023 and 2024. Traversing Peoria, Illinois for the first time, Conteh didn't know what to expect, but found several points of familiarity with not only the individual people that we met and the layout of our city, but collectively this feeling of comfort and almost a sense of home that reminded him of being in Atlanta, Georgia. So with this exhibition, we wanted to highlight both the things that were familiar, like kin, and the things that were new and different and uniquely Midwest, which was more of a stranger to him. We also wanted to echo this natural bridge in history from the South to the Midwest. The Midwest Black community was shaped so heavily by the Great Migration from the South to the North, and there are several families, Black families, my own included, that can trace their roots back to some of the Southern states. So Stranger's Kin, I hope when you walk through, you're able to reflect on the history and the now of what is both familiar and unfamiliar. So this painting is of a woman named Shan. This painting is situated nicely, but also an outlier to the grouping that's in this exhibition. You'll notice that there is this rusted orange, pinky tone color to her, and then also echoed in the backgrounds. Again, that very iconic Conteh distressed background and texture that's brought in not only the background, but in the face as well. This is from an earlier body of work in Conteh's career that came before the rest of the paintings that you'll see the subjects are in grayscale, but it's still capturing the everyday person. Shan was someone that Conteh encountered in Atlanta, but pairs beautifully with this merging of Midwest and Southern stories of everyday Black folks. This painting is titled Bread. It was painted in 2024, and the subjects are actually people that were captured on the south side of Peoria during Conteh's first trip to our city. These 2 guys were a part of a larger group that was hanging out together. What struck these individuals for Conteh was that it is capturing a walk of life that you probably don't see in a museum very often, but it is very familiar and reachable for a lot of Black communities or just urban environments in general. With this painting, it's titled Bread because you'll notice the shoes of this gentleman here. He's got on black and red Jordans, and so the nickname for those are Breads, and that is echoed again in the palette used in this painting, this very intense, vibrant red. I like to think of the way that he uses color in this series, part of the Acceptance series, as this aura that's around them. Using black and white for these subjects gave Conteh the opportunity to remove any type of connotations or stereotypes that would have been conjured up by seeing them painted in full color with their brown skin. So one way of making people look at just the facts was to literally put it in black and white. Scripture Lady is also a part of the Acceptance series, and she has this beautiful gilded halo around her head that reminds me of like early Renaissance paintings of religious figures, right? These halos are there to denote that someone is a spiritual, a holy, a sacred figure, and Scripture Lady is no exception. The story behind her is she was a retired woman that was able to grace whatever neighborhood she entered with dignity and respect, and inside this Louis Vuitton box, she would have scriptures that she printed out, cut out, that she would give to individuals that she encountered that looked like they needed a little bit of a pick-me-up, a bit of comfort and care to know that someone somebody was thinking about them and saw them for the person that they were. And that really echoes what Conteh's work is doing too, being able to capture people and show who they are on this very large scale. Scripture Lady is situated in the center of the exhibition. It's the first painting you see as you enter this space, and we intentionally put her here with the other portraits kind of looking to her, because these grandmothers, these older maternal figures in the Black community, are the figureheads. They're the keepers of culture, of tradition. They're the ones that oftentimes are caring for not only their children, but the next generation as well. And so Scripture Lady, as this symbol of community glue in Stranger's Kin, while she might not be your grandmother, she reminds you of someone. The grand finale, the Mona Lisa to this exhibition, is this painting titled Elle. The two subjects here, a father and son duo, were captured in East Bluff in Peoria. We saw the dad taking his son into a corner store to get a breakfast treat, and he happened to have on this Superman shirt. Conteh and I approached him to see if we could take a picture of the two together. And you'll see that playing off of the shirt that the man was wearing, Conteh decided to swap out the honey bun that the son was holding for a bar of kryptonite, leaning into the story of Superman. Superman's name was actually Kal-El, and El, that second part of his name, is the Hebrew word for God. And so leaning into that story and the allegory that was created for the cartoon character Superman, Conteh is reminding us by titling this painting El, there's a little bit of a God of some sort in all of us. There is power, strength, and this father and son, again, kind of echoes this family tie that's also in the painting that we commissioned Conteh to make. And that one is titled Our Greatest Inheritance, and it features a full family. This painting, along with Bread, these are subjects that were captured along that very same trip, meeting Peorians around our community. This exhibition was generously sponsored by several members of our board of directors, including Aaron and Amanda Kilgore, Brian and Erica Ray, Josh and Danette Swank, Derek Booth and Jahan Gordon Booth, Gretchen Hagen Petrakis, Sally Snyder, with additional support from our Visionary Society and the Friends of Bronzeville to Harlem. Thanks for walking on this tour with me. I hope when you come to view this exhibition, you find moments of comfort and familiarity, as well as lean in to explore those things that are unfamiliar to you in Stranger's Kin, the Lens of Alfred Conteh.